We start first. Hello, welcome back. Teh Tarik Hour, as always, is me, Azreen, along with
My name is Ah Kit.
Ah Kit, Azreen and Ah Kit. Two Malaysian guys, okay? We are Malaysian guys, not Singaporean. Not to say
Not Indonesian, not Singaporean, not Thailand,
not China,
not
or
China,
anything. We are Malaysian.
Malaysian.
Wow, so on point, huh? But we're gonna just make it clear we are Malaysians. Not to say it's not good to be other countries. Other countries is great as well. We would love to work together with other countries as well. You know, as we enter 2024, I'm very grateful that our videos are starting to get good traction, good views. Some of the comments a bit funny. Some of the comments in our last video, which is an interesting thing. So we might do a video responding to the comments or looking at the comments, but that might be a plan down the line. But for now, we're thankful for people who watched our last video, which is the Najib video.
The Najib video.
One.
But I because I watched back the videos and not much comment on the videos. The comments like maybe 3 or 4 the comments, but the viewers is quite high numbers in the. I think it's quite high numbers for the video. For us like maybe it's 1,000. For us it's a very high number.
Yeah, for us that's quite big already lah. We usually get few hundred only, right? But that's a great improvement. As always, we're grateful for that. And as always, if you guys feel like there's something that if you watch our video and you feel like we would do great with some other content creators, maybe you feel like, oh, you're a brand out there who wants to work with us, or maybe an influencer who wants to work with us, content creator, whatever, shoot us an email at tehtarikhour@gmail.com. We're more than happy to engage and initiate some kind of content exchange thing lah.
Yes.
We also want to build up our channel. Maybe we can help us. Or
we also welcome not only the content creators, maybe some of the advertisers who want to do the the product reviews or whatever. You can come to us. We are open.
Alright, but that's enough about our self lah. It's already a selling point already done. Advertising done. Now we go to the main topic of today, which is about Mahathir and his recent remarks lah.
The remarks is racist. Actually, the thing is continue with the last video. The last video actually is
yes, we did.
Saying the video is 1 MDBs, right? Our last video. Then we come to actually 1 MDB. 1 MDB is one part of just very little lah. I think 6.5 billion also is very little money. But come back to the era is 19 or 70s, the time who Tun Mahathir as a prime minister at that time. I believe that
you want to attack his corruption thing.
The huge, not just a 6.5 billion away.
Relax, bro. Don't simply say.
This is maybe after this video we are gonna caught or gonna something.
But the thing is, right, Mahathir now is got a lot of issues. His son, I think, recently got called to MACC to probe, to investigate into his son and their assets because they didn't declare them or something like that. So
you
the
see,
Mahathir family.
When Mahathir becomes the prime minister, how many years that Mahathir become a minister for Malaysia?
So okay, try to explain to me when he became prime minister. I think it's like
since 1981.
81, right? And then he became prime minister until 2000.
I think until Abdullah the times, right?
Yeah,
2000s, right?
2001 or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's 20 years, 20 plus years lah, 20 plus years.
Someone's gonna complain. Wow, this guy don't know your research. Don't know your research. But yeah, he was prime minister for a long time.
Yes.
Some might say it's a dictatorship.
Also abuse the law and regulation in Malaysia a lot.
Some people might disagree, but. I think like a lot of things, right? If you grew up in Malaysia back then, right, and you only know Mahathir, I think you will look highly to Mahathir at the time, right? Because Mahathir was like the bapa of progress, or
the
bapa of modernization, the father of modernization, Malaysia.
But the reason what he's saying on the medias, what he say, it's like those is like orang tua sudah nak mati. This kind of
the senile old man who just have nothing else left to lose and then just simply shoot, right? Well, for those who don't know, Mahathir recently went on an interview for this Indian program, right? And then this guy, I don't know what led to the conversation. I didn't watch the interview, so maybe that might be a point. But I read the article. It says like, Mahathir said something about Indians not being loyal towards Malaysian, which I don't understand like what's
The means lawyer.
the barometer? What is the requirement? What do we use to test people's loyalty? Like, is it because you're Malay that means you're loyal automatically to Malaysia? I don't think so.
But I saw is one. I'm not also not watch the fully videos or fully the articles lah. But I've watched one TikToks it's very short videos. I mentioned is Mahathir. It's they are saying the Indian guys they go back to the Indians and Chinese or go back to China.
If you don't want to assimilate.
Yes, only the Malay guy is the one who are going to try in Malaysia. He's this kind of mentalities lah. But back to the old days, you see he very friend with Lim Kok Wing's those Lim Kok Wing is not the college
the original
the
person
the original persons and then what you call it the first Robert Koch his friend
right.
also that time they make money
What
together.
about Indian people? You don't have any
Indian-
Sami value.
Sami value.
Sami
You know
value.
Sami value. The what you call it the last time that I think it's one of the ministers the traffic minister is it
Oh God, is this
transport minister yes.
Oh, not Anthony Lowe, is it?
Last time not Andy Lock
But yeah, I mean, back in the day, he used to have good relationship with all these different races.
But
right?
maybe some youngster don't know who is Sami Value, who is Robert Koch, all these people don't know lah. But maybe you can wiki lah.
I mean, we will show the quick image of who is that lah, if you're not familiar. But yeah, it's not like he never worked with multicultural in that sense. Like again, Sami Velu and Robert Koch, all this Lim Kok Wing, all these people. But the main point there is all of them follow what Mahathir say, right? That's how they become successful and they become close with Mahathir. It seems like to me, right, whenever Mahathir make these comments, it's more about when the people who are not Malay don't follow him, then it's considered not Malaysian enough or something like that. Like if you are Indian and then you don't support his views or vote for him, then I think he would say, "Oh, you're not Malaysian enough because Mahathir, I am represent Malaysia," or something like that to the extent. Is it?
Yes,
I don't know, because like I don't want to put words into his mouth, but the fact of the matter is, he did say Indians are not loyal, and to a certain extent, I feel like he extended to Chinese. Basically, non-Malays are not loyal to Malaysia, lah.
What I think what he trying to do, especially today, what he want to trying to do, he want to gain some, I think is gain the award from Malay group of people. Then their voice out in this kind of stupid means nonsense articles saying someone's like China balik China, this kind of thing lah.
But okay, here's the thing, like the response to it, right?
What's the reaction?
So what's the
motivation?
motivation for all this? Like, okay, for one thing, I think he's just a senile old man lah. You really just no more filter lah. When I think there's a thing, right? When you get old, your filter for racism like when we young that time we try to not say the wrong thing and keep our opinion. When you older, you don't care already. You tembak aja lah. So you just like, I have the racist thinking. I just shoot only. Who cares? What you want to do? I already old man already, right? But the other thing I feel like this helps in further dividing the voter base. If we're being political about it lah, it does divide the people. Like the non-Malays will always go against each other in that sense, trying to sow the seed of fighting there lah. That way you won't have a united front to attack a certain party. So like if Mahathir never brought out this kind of like divide, right? Then what if happened like Malays, Chinese, Indian all together in the unity decided to go against Mahathir? Die lor. He will sure die one. But if he split this and say, wow, you look at this Indian and Chinese, they're not very loyal to Malaysia. They don't even want to adopt Malaysian things like speak bahasa or eat the way Malays do. Then they are not pure Malaysian, and Malays who look at that and will say, yeah lah, they're not trying to protect our culture. They're throwing away our culture, and they come to our land, take our things, but not become part of Malaysia or Malaysian. Then they will vote, Mahathir is supporting for my good, so I will go with him.
You know why? Just now you remind me the time the British colonial this kind of mindset, you know.
Divide and conquer.
Divide conquer. Yeah,
Yes.
split the Chinese is
This
the one
actually
group
I
people.
wanted the point to bring up because
Ah.
he's using the tactic that's similar to colonizers back in the day, which is ironic, you know. And this is a guy who says, "Well, we are against colonizer. We don't do this. We are Malaysian."
Yeah.
And you look at him; he's using the same tactic that colonizers used back in the day.
The British.
Not just on Malaysia, but also on India or like Philippines. The rest of Asia, like colonizers use this tactic to divide and conquer.
Yeah.
And it works, unfortunately. But honestly, I don't know like how effective was Mahathir's propaganda in this one. Do you feel like a lot of people like look at it and agree, or a lot of people like negative reaction to him?
For someone is me educated people who are living in the modern city, I don't think someone is still believe what Mahathir is saying right now.
You think people who are in
but
more like
in kampong, maybe some like the old generation people, yeah, they still support. Mahathir, some old generation, but young generation, I believe a lot of young generation, the mindset is different.
I think personally for me, that's interesting because I feel like for this, right, only people who are hardcore loyalists to Mahathir would agree with him. I think majority of Malaysians nowadays, we've gone past the point of like looking at, oh, if you're Indian and you don't eat the way we do, or you're Chinese, you don't eat with your hands or something like that. I don't think we care about that anymore, right? I feel like we are, at least on the people level, we are very unity and not really care so much, right?
Because some nowadays, even some of the, you can see some of the Malay, they also can speak fluently Mandarin.
Yeah, some Malays nowadays learn
even
Mandarin.
Chinese, even some Chinese, they are maybe fluently in Bahasa somehow. Yeah, maybe they're very good Bahasa. I think this is already
even better than Malays themselves. Right?
Yes, some is already. I mean the diversity or not diversity, we are gel together.
Very inclusive.
Yes,
we are together in that sense. And I do feel like the younger generation, at least within my circle, we are very. Again, I don't think we care so much about this. Like, we don't think of that way in terms of like other races, right?
I think just don't just want to play a game, like want to divide us, like the British people like that. Just the motivation is very clear lah. The motivation is very clear. They want to gain back the power. This is what I'm thinking lah.
But you think it will work or not?
I
mean, we already had the discourse.
I don't think this will work.
No, but the thing is, we already had the discourse
It's
about
old
language.
technique. The old technique, you know.
Remember, we had the discourse about the language because if you don't speak Malay, then you're not considered Malaysian.
But this one is a different case. For Bahasa, right? Every country is, let's say, you cannot speak Bahasa. Yeah. But Chinese also can speak Bahasa, ma. But I will pity some of the Chinese cannot say Bahasa, lah. But Bahasa is represent you are Malaysian. This is what I'm thinking also, lah. At least you can speak, what's my name, and then the very simple, the basic one, or communication with someone. This is a basic Bahasa.
But you're saying like that's like a added value there to represent better as a Malaysian.
Malaysians.
But it doesn't. Do you think like if a person cannot speak Bahasa, does that make that person less of Malaysian?
No.
No, right?
No.
Like if you're born in Malaysia, you grew up in Malaysia.
Yes.
Technically, that's it. That's all you need to be a Malaysian.
Because maybe we may be in a different language. We are different language, but we are doing the same thing. We are studying in Kebangsaan school. We are doing, but I know someone is doing the school in the international school or some in the independent Chinese school. But we are still in the same lane. We are talking with same people also. You are Malay. You eat nasi lemak. I believe some Chinese people also eat nasi lemak. It's the same thing also. What?
True. I mean, they might not speak a lick of Bahasa, but
maybe they are
translating
in a different translating in different language, maybe in Chinese, but they are still sing in Negaragu, in same thing also, the same
That's
national
true.
song.
I mean, if you still at least have that level of relevant to the culture of Malaysia, right?
Yeah.
You still enjoy the food, or you still enjoy the people, or you still enjoy the country and all this. I feel like if you at least show that means you are good enough to be a Malaysian, right? Unless you are born here and then you grew up hating Malaysia, everything to do with it. You don't like to eat the food, you don't like the weather, you don't like the people, you don't like the culture. Yeah. Then of course if you at that point, then what for you stay in Malaysia? You can go to a different country.
Malaysia
right?
is a diversity country, ma. We
already know very diverse in terms of culture, right? We give certain races the ability to learn culture that might not be available to other people. Like I remember my lecturer once said to me like, "Oh, Malaysia is the only place that he as an Indian can learn like different Sanskrits as an Indian, because in India itself you might not have access to certain education because of the caste system. Like in here, you can be Indian and you learn the Sanskrit. You can even be Chinese or Malay to learn the Indian Sanskrit or something like that. And as an Indian, you can learn Chinese, you can learn Bahasa, you can learn Arabic as well.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely freedom in Malaysia what we want to. As long as you are holding the Malaysia IC, the blue color IC, yes, you are Malaysian.
Malaysian, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the point of that is like if you're born outside of Malaysia or you're naturalized or heritage Malay, there might be some details you might to go there lah. But like,
why we want to divide and split is so clear about Bumi Putra, Malay, Chinese, and then Indians. Because we are one family. So inside one family,
that is
right?
actually a sensitive topic, right? When you talk about the privileges of Bumi Putra, right? That has always been a contention about from non-Malays. Like the fact that, oh, you say you want us to be part of your Malaysian community, but the benefits only go to certain races. How is that inclusive? How is that together? How is that show that, you know, Malaysia is one? Like if I'm an Indian guy and I say, oh, why don't I get the same benefits as Malay? And then you tell me why you are, I'm not loyal when I don't even get the same benefits. Like
But
that
seriously,
kind of thing.
now today, if let's say compare with from 19th or old times, the Indians and the Chinese are lesser and lesser if compared with the old time. Lah.
What do you mean by that? As in, like, statistically, population is
The
lower?
populations. Yeah,
Really?
even like right now, the foreigner workers, the numbers is higher than Indians in Malaysia. It's already become a third race in Malaysia already, the foreigners, you know.
Oh, sorry. We had a slight mishap on the camera there. Chill, bro, chill. Don't hit the table so hard. I get you're very spirited. I mean, okay, like the influx of immigrants here, that's... I don't want to go too much there because like it's not like immigrants here, they're necessarily came here because they really enjoy Malaysia. They might have been brought in by corporation who want cheap workforce, so they don't.
I want to come back to the point is Indians.
Now we need to come back to the Mahathir point lah.
They come back to the Indians and Chinese. They have become lesser and lesser. How come the situation and the scenario become like that? The people who are Indians or Chinese, they run away from their own country, Malaysia. Then they go Singapore, go China for work and not stay in Malaysia or live in Malaysia.
But
or maybe some Indian, they are also will go for the US, whatever country lah.
But do you think they do that on the fact of they want to leave behind Malaysia because they don't like Malaysia, or is it because they just... do you think they will one day eventually come back? Like a lot of people does that. Like they go search opportunity for other countries. After a while, then they eventually retire back in Malaysia, ma.
Yes, but I think it's very pity from Indians people also, for Indian group people. They are very hardly to seek for the job opportunity in Malaysia. It's because very less Indians.
I mean, there's always that discrimination, right? If you're renting as an Indian, you're less likely to get, right?
You rent for the room. Is
say,
Indian is not allowed or something.
Indian can't apply or something. I mean, a lot of this will be anecdotal from our side because it's just our personal experiences. They are probably statistics to showcase that Indians, when applying for like renting a property or something, they're less likely to get approved lah, because there's the
not welcome
idea.
No.
I mean, like there's the idea that the popular stereotype: Malays are lazy, Indians are violent, and then
violent,
Chinese
money face,
money calculating.
Money
But the thing is right, these are all things that reinforced by people like Mahathir lah. He's the one that pushed this kind of propaganda. Whereas in fact, like, that is also what was used by colonizer actually in order to justify colonizing third world countries. They go there and say, oh, look at this local, they're so savage, they're so stupid. That's why we as a white person need to come here and save it. No, I think Mahathir is using that as same tactic, you know. Oh, look at all these races, all so terrible. That's why Mahathir is the one to save you all. That's why you all need to choose me.
I save my people.
I'm the savior.
I save
Is
my
that Jesus
people.
Christ
Because
already?
I same color with you guys. I'm Malay. Actually, Mahathir is not a Malay.
Yeah, he's a what?
Mama,
right?
no.
But he hates it when people say that to him. You know, he doesn't like it when people bring out his roots lah, because I think he already accept the fact that he's Malay. He's more Malay than most Malay because he lived by the Malay principle, very Islamic, or eat with his hands or something like that, and really fight for the betterment of Malays. But the thing is, you shouldn't be focusing just purely on the race. It's about the class lah, social class. Like if you're looking at Malaysia and you want to help Malaysian people, you shouldn't divide that by I need to focus on Malay first only, or I need to focus on Indian first only, or Chinese first only. Look as a whole, because we are Malaysian is as one already, one. But I don't know. This kind of like race war or race politics still works here lah. As we always say, there's always the three things lah: race, religion, and what and I don't know. There's sure something there lah. Because usually when it comes to politics, those are the main things to use in order to really gain power and momentum there lah.
But come to positive lah. Come to positive way lah. Malaysia is still the freedoms, and then for very harmonies and peace for all the races.
I mean,
you can see even we are outside. We can go with the Malay group of people who are enjoy our life, living with Malay people.
I feel like East Malaysia really showcased that sense of unity, right? Like where you can see 3 different races hanging out in a Chinese kopitiam.
Chinese kopitiam.
And no one cares. It's like a normal thing. In Semenanjung and West Malaysia, maybe there's a bit of slight thing lah. But
it's
like,
slightly different because the politicians are play around here. The Muslim and the Chinese, this kind of thing, they are play around.
But honestly, you go to a mama and you see all 3 races lepak. It's like, yeah, that is the sense of unity that we have, right?
And because today is so sensitive and more sensitive. But you go back to the old time, 19 or maybe it's earlier 18s, those kind of time, the old time. Not really this kind of the Malay group and Chinese group is not so separated, right? Separated.
I mean, again, this always come back to the fact that we've allowed policies to really divide each other, like vernacular schools. I understand the need to maintain the culture of the language and everything, but that has been used as a tool to further divide the people.
I think because the education also one of the major factor to to influence all the people in Malaysia also. It's some kind like we have a Chinese school and then the Chinese independent school and then the Malay, the Muslim school. Because I'm the person who are studying Kebangsaan school, is very
National
different.
school, right?
Kebangsaan is very different. You see, I'm Kebangsaan school compared with the independent school, the person, especially Chinese they're very different mindset.
Yeah, but at the end, I feel like if we go far that point, right, we're trying to blame it to the people, whereas it should be the people in power, the people in power, the leaders of our country is the one that's supposed to look at this and then approach the system without trying to, vilify or attack the people. What's the point of Mahathir attacking the people, the non-Malays like that? Like,
I think if let's say you are the good leaders, you want to lead the country, go to the good way lah. I mean the good way lah. I don't think you have to split out the people. We are union. We have the unions. This is our special in Malaysia. It's speciality,
Say union, people already don't want already. Don't unionize. Don't together.
If let's say we are,
don't come together. It's too powerful already.
You see, if Malaysians people who are unions, it's very good one. We Chinese? We can tackle the China people from China to invest Malaysia.
To be fair,
something like if for Indian also can bring the Indians come to Malaysia for investment.
No, the thing is, like, to be fair, we actually seen how good or how powerful Malaysians can be when we are united. Case in point, Bersih, 2018, when the country come together as a one to overtake, to take down Najib, Yeah, to bring back our last topic episode and Najib and Jolo. When we have that united front, we can do crazy, amazing things, right?
Right, rakyat hidup, right?
Rakyat hidup.
So rakyat become the boss lah. Let's say we are rakyat we have the boss who are do the decide. It's not those politicians who are just want to make money, or just the regular rakyat people who are in this point they can do something.
But I think why I fear, right? The fact that maybe the politicians see this and they saw how powerful it is when Malaysia come together as one. Now they're trying their hardest to keep us separated, so they can still have the power there, lor.
You can have a power and then can have a, they call it lobang to make money.
Control, lor. Divide and conquer there, lor. Which is, I don't know, is that the reality of Malaysia now? The fact that now politicians just play divide and conquer things? I mean, here's the thing, Mahathir, with all of his, terrible comments, right? He is still considered a powerful figure, what? I don't know lah. Maybe some people would disagree to the fact that nowadays Mahathir no voice, no nothing, but he's still under PAS and the the most powerful opposition right now lah, right? Don't know lah.
But I see when he no, right? 90 something old man.
I don't know, man. I think if the day comes, when his book closes, I don't know how many people will be so happy or how many people will.
Actually, I want to compare one person with him. You know who? Lee Kuan Yew.
I don't lah. Come again.
Come again,
Okay, why? His arch nemesis, bro. But surprisingly, right? Lee Kuan Yew quite good at Bahasa Melayu, right? I mean, I think Singapore also has an issue in terms of like language and unity there, right? Like a lot of younger Singaporeans speak English, might not speak Mandarin or might not speak Bahasa that well.
Yes.
But it's Bahasa Melayu is still considered a national language, right?
But Bahasa is a national language for Singapore also.
But they still push English as a major language to adopt.
For initially they are put English as the mainstream language.
But I wonder if there's still contention between older generation and younger generation. Let's say a Chinese man, younger Chinese, and they can't speak Mandarin.
You see, the Chinese persons it's very very money mindset. The time English.
Now you're generalizing.
The English is very important language at the time. Seriously, in 19 or 2000 earlier or 2010 also because China is not the very strong country. English is very very important language for Southeast Asia. Are you agree with it? English is very
at the time. Yes, during America's powerful time lah. Yes.
Even Chinese, they can sacrifice their mother tongue. They want the Singaporean to sacrifice their mother tongue. They
want to attract all the foreign investors. Is it?
English becomes the first language for people who are communications. So nowadays you can see Singapore is well because they choose the English as the mainstream and the main language to communicate with people is English in Singapore. So that's why Malaysia, it's good. We have our own culture. We are still keep our language and Malay. But
I feel like if you want to criticize education, it goes to a complicated route already, right?
That one is
we bring it back to Mahathir and his rhetoric of like non-Malays. Let's just wrap this up lah. To wrap it up. Do you think Mahathir still his kind of like comments, right? Do you think it's still effective? Do you think it would still resonate with Malaysians?
Just now you have mentioned just a certain group of people.
You feel like it's very just small, right?
It's a very small group of people who are affected lah. But for 19% people or 85% and above people, I don't think just one old man bullshitting outside the parliament. This is what I'm thinking lah.
You think he's just trying to get attention lah?
Trying to get attention,
right?
Just want to get attention. This old man's still alive. This kind of thing. But I think
that's true.
what he want to do?
Because I don't think he has any prospect to come back to politics lah. So personally for me, right, to just wrap it up, like I don't think his rhetoric works anymore. Like this whole racial divide thing.
Personal to thinking this. Personal to ask you one question lah. Do you want Mahathir to become the next PM again?
Me personally. Never.
What? You are Malay. You don't want he to become a.
But the thing is, I can't really speak for majority Malaysian, right? Like,
but you can represent Malay already, ma. Then I represent Chinese. I don't want Mahathir to become the PM, ma.
That's 2 out of 3 already, right? 2 or 3 already.
Who want he become the PM again? Some more he's old enough. Who can run for the country.
Honestly, this guy is so old. I don't know
Okay,
why he
old
just
doesn't
can't
matter.
give up.
Okay, old we are put aside first. Okay, the mentality is still keep the 18 or
Always,
19
yeah.
or old era mentalities.
But he only think he is right, ma. He think he is the only one who's right and the only one that can save Malaysia. You know, he's the savior, my man. Just like how the colonizer. Oh, look, our video also agree. Also,
Without him in Malaysia, I think Malaysia is better than Singapore.
okay, let's not go there. Lah. I don't know about that. Okay, all right.
This is
Let's end it on Ah Kit's controversial comment about Mahathir. As always, thank you for listening to us. What do you guys think? Is Mahathir still relevant? Does his comments make sense? Or is he just a weird Sina old man?
We want to play a one game, sir. You ask our viewers who want to
Do you still want Mahathir as our leader or prime
just
minister?
put the put the PM Tun M like and then put on our comments. See how many comments we have.
Okay. That's okay. We'll see about that. But again, if you enjoy our video, please, as always, share, like, subscribe, comment, put that notification bell, and we will see you guys on the next
video
episode. Until then, goodbye.